Hello and welcome back to Dungeons & Dragons on Overdrive Theatre. My name is Neil and I will be your Dungeon Master for this evening. Joining me is Alex.
Hello, I'm Alex. I'm playing a Lightfoot Harpling by the name of Milo Silentfoot.
We also have Nick.
Hello, my name's Nick Smith and I'm playing a Wood Elf Ranger called Banther Snipe.
We have James.
Hi, I'm the Forge Cleric Varsin Cadleson.
We have a very excited James. And we also have Chantelle.
Hello, I'm Chantelle and I am playing a Wood Elf Bard named Sariel.
Excellent. Last time you found yourselves on the high sea, which is actually quite impressive because statistically this is the furthest you people have got in one of my Dungeons & Dragons campaigns, and considering there was only one other one, it's not really that impressive actually. But you have... I was going to say you have travelled further than you have in any other campaign, but there was one when you went to space, so disregard that. But you are out at sea. You are on a ship called the Terror. You sailed away from KRAKEN Moor for about 2 days, and now you're on the lonely sea in an area called Elsewhere Deep.
We are sailing around on the big blue wet thing.
You are on the big blue wet thing, and there is a lot of big blue wet thing around you. However, your lookouts up in the crow's nest, that is... I gotta find your names. That was Banther and that was Milo. So Nick and Alex saw in the distance a boat. Another ship. A boat. As you pulled alongside and threw down a sea anchor, you saw that this was a sloop, I believe, called the Renown.
It was a sloop.
It was a big sloop.
Yeah, so this is, you're on a brig, and the ship that you've pulled up alongside is a sloop. I've got all my notes. These are my notes written on backs of envelopes, literally backs of envelopes. If you ever wanted to know how to D&D a session, just write a load of bullet points on envelopes, and it's the fastest way of doing it. Trust me. It'll also help you keep your sanity when your players go completely off-piste and start writing things on Discord.
I mean, they can if you want.
I just saw the note, James.
That wasn't on Discord, that was on the back of my notebook. It just says OMG.
Right.
I have no idea how long that's been in there either, so...
OMG. So anyway, yeah, the crew of the Terror, the crew of Bobs, everyone mysteriously named Bob, threw a boat down into the water. You guys didn't... Yeah, I'm glad I can't use the cutaway camera now. Thanks for that. Yeah, you guys declined to get on the launch. You guys were still on the Terror, I believe.
I ain't getting on no boat.
Yeah, me and Nick are in the crow's nest.
So you and Nick are in the crow's nest. You had a spyglass, I believe.
Spyglass!
Sariel, Chantelle was on deck. Also hadn't gone on board. And Varsin, you were on deck?
Yeah, I went to get him. I said, we're going to war.
War.
So yeah, what you see before you is, as you come up on deck, I think you were there for the anchor
front, didn't you? Was coming?
Just a misty coming.
So this ship that you've pulled alongside, the ropes are loose, the sails are loose, the ones that are still up. She's just kind of drifting quite low in the water, kind of listing lazily. Just kind of looks like it's been abandoned, if anything. You see the boat go out. I want a perception roll from everyone, please, if that would be so. I would like a perception roll.
13.
13?
19.
4.
19.
But it was a
4.
91.
2 decades, baby. Not natural.
Dirty 20. So the two on the deck, that's James and Chantelle, that's Varsin and Sariel. As the launch crosses between the two ships, you see a bunch of burly sailors and they're rowing, and quite a lot of them appear to be quite heavily armed. The ones that aren't rowing definitely have cutlasses and accoutrements, daggers and the like, at the ready, as if they were to go less to rescue people on board and more to liberate them
Stabby, stabby.
You
of
need
their
weapons in
lives.
the rescue mission just in case everything goes sideways.
Yeah.
It's
You
precautionary.
also
It's fine.
happen to see
What's the problem?
individually, there's some sort of little creature running around. It looks to be near the tiller, and then it sort of disappears. Maybe a rat, maybe a mouse, maybe a rat and a mouse. Oh, I mean, one's in a button-down coat, and the other one's in a hooded. What's the thing you wear? A
Robe.
cloak. That was it. It's like,
Mac, raincoat.
yeah.
Holy
No.
balls, that's not the
Poncho.
first time I've seen rodents on this ship today. Something is going on.
Are you actually saying that out loud?
Yes.
But it's
I'd be
almost it's almost insignificant. Why would you say this?
Because
What are you on about? I don't
once
see.
is insignificant. Twice is still insignificant but getting weird. 3 times, I've seen
lady.
rodents randomly 3 times. Something is going on.
Who woke
There's-
up with a cat on them?
Me.
But I woke up with a rat in my room.
I woke up with a
Wearing
cat
a
on
top
me,
hat.
and it asked me, "Why are you here?"
Okay, I mean, there's absolutely
Hey, look,
Okay.
as long as I don't see anybody in a black robe with a scythe, I don't give them monkeys.
I'm just going to mention it, just chucking it out there. Might be insignificant, but there's rodents
it was
wearing clothes.
significant.
so you're mentioning this to the cleric.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. I mean, good. You there's 2 of you in the crow's nest. That's Milo and that's Banther, Alex, and Nick. You see this front, weather front. It is mist. It is a very blue and beautiful day. There seems to be a complete lack of wind. I mean, it is very, very noticeable that there is a complete lack of wind. You feel that even if the sails were up, you wouldn't be going anywhere, which is strange because not long ago you had quite a strong following wind. But yeah, there is definitely a bank of mist heading towards you, a bank of fog even. It looks almost impenetrable. It's maybe half a mile out and closing rapidly.
We should start blowing into the sails, Nick.
I was hoping that's what James's beans did, or whatever he had. He had noodles, right, at the harbour.
That was
Pretty
ages
well
ago.
that
That was
wind
like
was coming
3
from.
days ago.
Yeah, it might take a long time to
I
pass
was about to
through.
say, don't worry, tonight's burrito night, boys. Crew's gonna be full of it.
So can I ask?
No.
The
Whilst you're holding a gun.
The plan is to pass gas into the sails in order to get the boat moving.
No, we all sit at the end and fart out the other side and then use it like the dragons from Discworld.
Not the Rocketeer.
No. That
Okay.
never ended well.
I mean, it ended up with a Zeppelin getting blown up.
Zeppelin! And a Timothy Dalton.
And a Timothy Dalton, yeah. Rip Timothy Dalton. I mean, in the Rocketeer, not real life.
No.
Interesting fact, Timothy Dalton is the reason I wear aftershave. So, that's fun.
Moving swiftly on. Because,
It was in the
When's
DVD
picking up?
extras of Hot Fuzz, and Simon Pegg and Nick Frost said that Timothy Dalton smelled like money and old leather. And I was like, I want to smell like money and old leather, so I got some. I
Yeah,
can't
stop
remember what it
talking.
is.
Just carry on.
Yeah.
Just stop it. Carry on.
Anyway,
And
yeah.
walk away.
Walk away. Yeah, it doesn't take too long before the fog bank reaches you. You guys in the crow's nest have just not pointed this out whatsoever, and time ever moves on. This closes in. You guys on deck, you see the fog wrap itself around the Renown, and the ship basically disappears just as the sailors are beginning to board it. As the fog wraps itself around the Terror, the ship that you're on, visibility drops down to 10 feet.
Oof.
It is
Nice.
Yeah, it is a proper pea super. It is.
So how far
very
was the
limited.
Renown from the Terror?
It was a few hundred yards.
Okay.
Yeah. You didn't grapple it. The reason you wouldn't grapple a boat out in the open ocean is because unless it's an act of war, you don't really want to grab two boats and lash them together because they end up rubbing against each other and breaking bits off. So you slow and you throw in a launch and you paddle over.
Board it. Wow.
Even in modern times, lashing two boats together in the high sea is just treacherous. You wouldn't do
You're
it.
going to get ants.
That's how you get ants.
That's how you get ants.
Ants.
Yeah. The sailors, you know that there are sailors up on deck. You know Ariso is still on the Terror, on the poop deck with the bosun near the wheel.
Why'd you say
Where-
that's so weird?
Wheel? What?
Say we.
We.
Say
No, say-
eel.
Eel.
Say wheel.
Wheel.
Cool.
I was like,
Cool
what can I
crap.
say? Eel?
So, yeah, you guys in the crow's nest, as far as you're concerned, if you couldn't feel the fact that there is very slight movement, you could be mistaken for not even knowing that you're on a boat.
I'm on a boat.
Yeah. What's your passive perception for everyone? No, what's everyone's passive perception?
10.
10. The rogue has a passive perception of 10.
I know, right? 13.
13.
15.
15. I'm just gonna.
I can turn
Okay.
around and throw stuff at your head.
Yeah, she can turn around and throw stuff at your head. James, if that is your real name. Yes. So Sariel, the bard. You're pretty sure you can hear singing. It's a feminine voice. Sounds like a
The
sea
rogue
shanty.
singing again.
No, it's definitely a lady, and she's singing. It's just a few bars of "What should we do with the drunken sailor?" Just
What should we do with
softly.
the drunken sailor? What should we do with the
With
drunken sailor?
my
Exactly the opposite way that James sang it.
yeah. With
What should we
my
do with the drunken sailor early in the morning?
I will cut you.
Okay.
With my, I suppose, history in music and folklore and tales, would I have any idea what this is?
Sea shanty.
Hooray, up she raises.
Hooray up.
Can you roll a history check?
I can. It'll probably be shocking, but I'll do it.
Shocking.
Let's do
Boy, shocking.
that.
Yeah, it was awful. 5.
Yeah. There are quite a few creatures that can speak common and probably could even sing. You know, and I'm not even going to bother asking you for an intelligence roll. You know that there are no females on the crew except for yourself and Lillian. And Lillian is not visible.
Lillian is currently adhered
Okay.
to the deck.
Yeah, I mean, you know where Lillian was. She was up on the poop deck with Ariso and the bosun. So, Ariso and the bosun, that sounds like a band name. But now she is completely out of sight with the fog that's rolled in. Incidentally, it also feels very, very cold. With the air temperature dropped a few degrees.
Can I try and drown out the sound of the singing, or with my own playing, can I start playing over it?
Yeah, you can. You can just start playing away on your lute.
Do you want to roll for it?
Let's say roll for it, only in case you roll a 1, and that would be hilarious.
You break a string.
You just snap the loot in half.
No, I didn't roll a 1.
That's okay. Yeah, you start playing away. Something different. Something.
Yeah, I don't want to match it because that will draw attention to what they're actually singing. I want to play something different to just try and throw it off.
Like to ride my bicycle. I like
could,
to ride my bike.
Start strumming. I'm on a boat, but I'm not sure.
Okay, so you start playing Wonderwall.
That'll
do.
Excellent.
I'm a cleric,
Excellent.
not a singer. Shut up.
Just like to clarify, I'm not bringing the guys' attention to the other singing because that will tune them into it more. So I'm just going to randomly start playing. I'm not going to tell them why. I'm just going to start playing.
You start playing. As far as you see,
Gene
knowing
Simmons
your
on the deck.
perception, the other sailors, all the sailors around you that you can see, have stopped moving. They're standing very still. Some of them have their hands on their cutlasses. Others' hands have daggers drawn, and they are all straining to listen into the fog.
I'm just going to say I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Ooh, wow.
You're dead.
We
yeah.
did.
The singing from around you, and it does surround you, gets louder and louder, and despite your efforts, everyone now can hear it.
I'm just going to stop them.
It goes on for a couple of minutes, and you see some people at the front of the boat where the large catapult was. They're preparing that, they're getting that thing ready. The singing all of a sudden stops. Good.
Yeah, I'm going to get my hand crossbow ready.
As you feel the boat suddenly lurch over to one side, there's creaking and cracking of wood. The carpenter yells something, and the bell starts ringing up on deck. It appears there's something's broken down below. There's water coming in. You see the carpenter disappear past you down a hatch.
Go after.
You're going after him.
Yep, stow weapons behind me. Go down after him.
Okay. Where is everyone's packs, by the way? Just out of curiosity.
With me.
So everyone's carrying their adventuring packs.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Just wanted to
It
know.
was stored beside me when I was working with Bob.
Mhm.
But as soon as I got up on, as soon as Sariel came down and got me, it's like on.
You rush below. You go down a couple of decks, and there is indeed a large crack. Something that struck the hull, and where the planks are normally overlapping, there's a lot of water rushing in, and those wedges that you were carving initially. The carpenter grabs a handful of them and a mallet and just starts hammering them.
How big?
In. The wedges.
No, how big is the damage?
The damage runs probably 25, 30 feet along the length of the deck.
Shit.
So you are below the waterline at the moment. There is a lot of water pouring in.
Yeah,
So he's hammering wedges in. So you're going to grab a handful
As soon
of
as
wedges.
it gets kind of mildly repaired, I'll start casting mending as I go along in foot sections if I can.
Okay. I just
'Cause
want
that's a
you to
cantrip,
roll
not-
roll a couple of d20s. Add your strength. I just don't. Just let me know if you roll one.
2 decades, baby. Both of them.
Clean.
No.
Dirty.
30s.
Yeah,
I rolled 2 17s and I got +3 to my strength. It's like,
Okay, yeah, you have no problem picking up on what the carpenter is actually doing and where to put these wedges, and you're just hammering them in, and just not where the water is, but the planks above and below, just to pinch off any damage. So where the water is coming in, you're just like tightening the planks.
I'd say once it's
it
kind of
seems to
stopped,
be
I'll
working.
go past and cast mending because it's cantrip and just doink, doink,
Yeah.
doink.
Up in the crow's nest, you feel the ship lurch. Can I have an? Ooh, I would say acrobatics check from both of you. just to see if you A, stay on your feet, and B, fall 60 feet.
Well,
12.
Sorry, what was I doing?
Athletics check, please.
that's pretty poor considering I've got +7 to acrobatics.
Yeah.
13.
Well, I just dropped a d20. That's not coming back this session. 13 and 12. So, yeah, you managed to stay up in the crow's nest. You're kind of knocked over onto your knees, but you grab hold of the rope that runs around it, and yeah, something has happened to the ship. Something struck the ship, and it is, it hit it hard.
On the crow's nest, I'm guessing, do we have a 360 view?
You do,
Yeah.
but you can only see 10 feet because the fog has rolled in. So you can basically
Can we not even see the deck, can we?
No, you can't see anything below you.
Okay.
You can't even see the sail because there's another mast in front of you. That's what happens in the brig. You got 2 main masts. You can't even see the mast in front of you. Down on the deck, Sariel, and that is Chantelle. You're standing there. The ship is knocked and rocked. Varson disappears down below with the carpenter. You hear hammering from below. Everything's still for a moment, and then you hear a scream that's just cut off all of a sudden, just with a splash, and then another scream from behind, and then a splash, and it's just cut off.
I'm going to just...
Quietly poo myself.
No, I'm going to make sure I'm as centered on the ship as I can. I want to stay away from the edges of the ship.
Okay, you go to center yourself in the ship. You walk over to the foremast, which is sticking out of the deck. You see its shadow there, and you move towards it. As you do, there is a sailor sort of appears from the mist, and you look at him, and he looks at you. You have quite a high passive perception. I'm going to say that you do notice there is something wrapped around his ankle, and he just looks at you for a second. He is white as a sheet, and then just disappears backwards.
It's not like this.
Into the mist. Yeah, there was a scream, and it is cut off.
Shit.
Yeah, that's what I would say. There's silence for another couple of minutes. The bell, they were ringing the ship's bell, and it just stops. Just complete stops. And everyone is just listening. And then there's a crash as a huge, what looks like a shadow, and as it lands near you, you can see that it's actually a tentacle. Slams across the deck, and the whole ship rocks under its force. And again, another behind you, and you assume more further on up the ship as these things land on the deck and start just, the ship just starts rocking, and the sea starts to boil.
Remember, tank the crushing tentacles.
Tank the crushing tentacles. You guys up in the crow's nest. You feel the ship lurch and rock, and you hear screams and calls from down below. You can't really see anything here, although for a brief moment you do see something come out of the mist and land between the 2 masts, the 2 main masts. It looks like it could be a huge tentacle, but as soon as it's back down on the deck, you can't really see it anymore.
We probably shouldn't be in the crow's nest anymore in case he does hit where we are.
I believe that's true. Everybody's seen those drawings.
Which
always-
drawings?
It's always the mast that go first with tentacles.
Yep, tentacle wraps around the mast and rips it down.
Yeah, I'm getting out of there.
Yeah.
Or just
Heads
yeet it
down.
across the ocean.
Yeah.
All
Where
right.
did the halfling go? Oh, another continent.
The halfling is gone. Yeah, okay. So you start climbing down. I'll just have an athletics check from both of you as you climb down. The ship is now quite violently rocking.
Choke,
11.
choke.
19.
11 and 19. Yeah, you make it down. The rogue makes it down a lot a lot more easily than the wood elf. But hey, you make it down back onto the deck, and you're greeted by a kind of a very short scene of terror. There is in front of you, there is quite a large tentacle just laid out on the deck, and it seems to be pulsing and pulling back, and you can see the woodwork cracking and breaking. In front of you, there is one of the sailors, and he's running forward to stab this tentacle. And as he does, you see something wrap around his waist, and he just disappears backwards into the mist. Gone. There's a scream and a splash, and it's just cut off. Okay, we're going to go and have to roll for initiative. However, down below, in the depths, Varson, James, after the whatever hit the ship the first time, there is water pouring in. There is a sudden lurch downwards as something hits the top of the ship, and again and again and again. The ship is still floating, but you see some of the wedges that you'd hammered in just fly out, and water is just spraying in. The carpenter yells at you to man the pump. He points, and there is actually a hand pump there. You can do that. You can delegate it to someone else if you want.
There's no one else down there, is there?
There's a few crew members down there if you want to delegate. Or
are they repairing stuff, or are they just stood around with their hands?
No, they're running around. They're hammering boards up against the side of the hull, and they're hammering wedges in. No one, as far as you can see, is just kind of standing around, not doing anything.
If they're repairing, then I'll just go pump, unless we haven't got enough people to repair.
I'm going to get you to roll a strength check, if I could be so.
Just the one?
Yeah, just the one for now. Yeah, why not?
17 again, so 20 altogether.
Your mic's really crackly.
Which one?
James.
Dunno.
Might just be me.
Oh no, something's crackling, but I can't tell from here which one it is. I can never tell until the edit, usually.
No idea.
Yeah, could just be the fan. So
there's no fan on.
James, Alex, Chantelle, and Nick. If I could have initiative rolls from everyone, please. Initiative rolls. Are we?
Are you going to roll down them, or do you just want us to say them?
Oh yeah, we might as well do that. 25 to 20.
20.
Natty T.
19.
Natty T as well.
Mine wasn't a natty tea, mine was a dirty tea.
So what's the total on those?
22.
22. So James.
25.
Your initiative is +5?
Nice.
Dexterity based, isn't it?
So Chantelle was 20.
Yeah, I got an 18 plus 2.
Okay, so Nick, what did you get?
19.
19.
Nice.
Everyone rolled really, really high. And do a couple of the crew. Not bad for the crew either.
We're
We're a hardy crew, I say. I'm not sure about the accent, but it will do.
Okay, and for the KRAKEN. Again, not actually that bad. I mean, it doesn't get a dex bonus. That's the problem. So, and the sundry characters who haven't been identified yet. Ooh.
The sun-dried ones? What?
The sundry ones.
Oh.
I will just put here. Right. Okay, cool. So, yeah, everyone's rolled really, really high. That's crazy, including the bad guys.
Makes life more spicy.
Yeah. I mean, it means that everyone's pretty much alert. Yes, it does appear the ship that you were on, the Terror, is in fact being attacked by a KRAKEN or Kraken. Has everyone
Help! I'm being repressed.
seen the drawing in the player's handbook? Ugh.
Monster manual, you mean?
Monster manual. Yeah, it's a big old boy Let me see. You guys can see that, can't you?
Tasty.
Yep, he's a big man.
Sushi's on the menu, boys.
Wow.
You have that raw, can't you?
Yeah.
I mean, I know how many hit points he's got. And I
Not
know how
enough.
many Not enough hit points. Bring in another. All right.
More tasty one this time.
So,
This one was a little bland.
yeah, Alex.
What's that sauce?
As I don't actually have to expend an action or a bonus action to do it,
Mhm.
before everything starts, can I, I don't mind waiting for my turn, but I was going to pop off Bardic Inspiration.
Since you've been seeing all this stuff happening, yeah, you've seen crew members disappear off into the mess. You've seen tentacles land. You've seen the dude with the. Yeah, I'll let you do that.
Guitar riff.
As James is downstairs, and I can't see him, he doesn't get it, I'm afraid.
Nope.
That's fine.
It's fine.
So, but Alex and Nick, so Milo and Banther will get.
Plus
D4.
6.
Yeah, D6.
6.
And that's on ability checks, attack rolls, or saving throws. And you get it for 10 minutes.
Yeah, so you get one roll. So if you beans up a roll, anything other than a 1, you can use it. So it's essentially like the luck dice from Cybernet. That's where
You know
that
what I
comes
just
from.
remembered? Last episode I
Mhm.
rolled a 1 and I ended up laughing on everyone. I can actually re-roll my 1s just once.
Oh, well. Unfortunately, it's done now and can. So,
It has been consigned to the immortality of the internet.
it will be. That's episode 4. Good. I always look forward to editing these together.
So you should.
I don't. It takes
Get on with the sushi. Come
a
on.
long time. So, Alex,
Yeah, well,
Milo,
all I can
what are you
see is
doing?
all I can
There's-
see is a tentacle, right?
there is a tentacle on deck. Yep. It is quite large, quite thick, and very tentacly, and it is wrapped around the ship.
Shoot it.
Shoot it. You're just gonna with a short bow.
I do indeed have a short bow. Yeah.
Pulls out his Desert Eagle.
All right.
Caps
I
it.
mean, roll to hit. It's worth saying that you can't see the body of the Kraken. That is way down in the water, and from where the tentacles are, you should imagine it's actually beneath the boat.
22.
22. Yeah, that absolutely hits. Yes.
If he can't see me because he's under the boat, does this count as a sneak attack?
Does it count as a sneak attack?
The Kraken can't physically see me.
He's telekinetic. Or
Okay.
telepathic. Sorry. So the Kraken
Fair
is
enough.
10. Yeah, the Kraken's telepathic.
He knows where we all are.
Yes, and he can influence people and creatures and things. So that's fun. But that's absolutely enough. So you want to do your little damage there, boy? How do your damage there, boy?
6.
6 damage.
As the saying goes, White Chicks was amazing.
White Chicks was amazing.
And he believes it too.
It was actually pretty good.
I like white chicks.
Yeah, White Chicks is great. I like
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
that
missed
very
you.
bit.
Yeah, I was going to say, that bit. Just that specific bit.
Terry Crews is amazing.
Terry Crews is the man.
How many was
End
that?
up in a wheelchair. 6.
Was it Terry Crews?
That was so crazy. Yeah.
Okay, 6 damage. I mean, good. It's
There you go.
excellent. Yeah.
I did
Well,
a
if
thing.
Alex is attacking, I'm going to attack.
You are
After me.
not up next. James is in fact up next. So Varson, you're down below. You're manning the pumps.
Yeah, I'm keeping the ship afloat.
All right. You want to roll a strength check for that? You want to give it an old pumpy pump?
11.
Because 11. All right. Yeah, you're pumping. Not as hard as you were, but it's definitely still going. It's enormously hard work. There is a lot of water coming in. It's starting to get up to your knees. I mean, you're not a tall man anyway.
I was going to
but-
say I'm not very tall anyway.
No. But there is a lot of water coming in, and the ship is definitely rocking around. It's not like violent. It is violently rocking, but it's not like being in the back of a car is like being on a boat with an awful lot of weight involved. So this thing is
Jelly baby. Ooh.
It's certainly disconcerting, the amount of mass that's moving at the moment. Next up is actually Chantelle, Sariel.
Too hard.
You can see a tentacle from where you are. There are some crew members sort of rushing towards your location with their sabers out.
With it being telekinetic, I'm guessing its intelligence is higher than 4.
Telepathic.
Whatever. Yes, its intelligence is a lot higher than 4.
It's 5.
In fact, I can tell you exactly what its intelligence is. It's 22.
Oof.
Yes, indeed.
Can we reason with it? Can we give it a bargain?
What about
halfling.
wisdom?
Wisdom. Also incredibly high.
Okay, sod that then. I'm just going to shoot at it with...
Just stab it!
You're
Yeah.
trying to outplay it with mind games.
I was
I'd like to-
actually going to cast Hideous Laughter on it, but it needs to make a wisdom save, and if its wisdom is stupidly high, there is no point, so I'm just going to shoot
What-
it with my hand
What does a
crossbow.
laughing kraken sound like?
I have no idea, but it would have been funny to find out.
Laughing underwater. Bloop, bloop,
It
bloop.
would be laughing with its mind, not out loud.
It would
So
have
we'd
still
all hear it.
It would have still
Yeah.
become prone and have disadvantage to attacks if I'd have succeeded, but if its wisdom's that high, forget it.
There's a
It would-
picture for you, Cthulhu having fits of laughter.
Yeah.
Mighty Kraken
Who's
goes,
the guy that does the voice of the parrot in Aladdin?
Oh.
Gilbert
Uh,
Gottfried.
Yeah,
Gilbert Gottfried. It probably sounds like Gilbert Gottfried laughing at a cat
Yeah.
video
Oh,
on
that's
YouTube.
Probably, yeah.
I'm just gonna take a shot at it with my crossbow.
You take a shot. Okay, roll to hit. Roll to hit.
So that was a natural 20, so 24.
Yeah. Okay. And you want to do your crit on that?
And it takes 12 points damage because I rolled a 6.
Whoa! 12 points of damage. That's actually significant. So
Why are you giving me a dirty look? James just leans over and he's giving me a filthy
Isn't
look.
it you roll your d6 and then another d6 doesn't automatically get 6 extra points of damage?
Yeah, you should roll 2d6, but
Just double your damage dice.
It's double the damage dice. I thought it was always just double your damage dice.
there are 2 ways of doing it.
I mean, I can roll another one if you want. So the first was 6.
No,
I can always
no.
roll.
For this one, we'll hold on to this one.
Okay.
Definitely. Because I've already written it down now. So yeah, we're picking this up as we're going along. This is not quite the same as Cybernet, definitely, and certainly not the same as Cyberpunk 2020. So
No, there's a distinct lack of Desert Eagles.
distinct lack of Desert Eagles, 50 cal rifles, and
50 caliber
Nick,
Desert Eagles
Nick shooting Alex in the back.
with a rifle.
Hey!
While I
In the
was
first
chasing
session.
a woman.
Yes.
Hey,
To be fair,
Just announce that to the internet. I was chasing a woman. I was shot
To
in
be
the
fair,
back.
that entire game session, again, you were trying to open a door where the solution was ridiculously easy, and for some reason you thought opening the door would involve 50 caliber firearms and alerting every police officer in a 10 block radius.
We got out.
Well, you got out, yeah, after killing everyone.
Yeah, the 27. When Cyberpunk 2077 comes out, that's how it's played.
I was going to say,
Did Alex's character have legs?
Yes.
But in that game I did, yeah.
yeah, in that game you didn't.
Oh,
It was the
okay.
other one that you didn't.
It's the one
Yeah.
where James pushed me around on a office chair.
I didn't. I wasn't there. I was at work.
Okay, so, Nick.
Hello.
Yeah. So your Banther, you are gonna need to take your attack. So yeah, you are staying right next to Milo.
10 to
He's
hit.
10 to hit. That does not hit.
What?
Well, let me correct that. It hits, but glances off. No, it doesn't hit Alex. I mean, if you wanted to hit Alex,
Natural botch. I killed the
That'd be
halfling.
hilarious.
that'd be hilarious. Yeah, sorry, it's
It's terminal.
yeah, its AC is quite high, like ridiculously high.
Because
If
Because it's a kraken and it's actually technically like a legendary creature, so
you could use your D6 that I gave you with Bardic Inspiration and
But is it
roll a
worth it?
d6, and I mean, it's up to you, mate.
I mean, 10 is a pretty low roll.
10 is a pretty low roll. And
I mean,
Yeah.
that's roll a 6 to.
Put it this
It might
way.
be worth saving it just to.
Yeah.
That's
what I
fair
was
enough. I'm just reminding you have it, because last time I gave it to you, none of you used it.
I got it written down in the book.
Okay.
Right
I didn't need to use it.
I will say I won't stop you using it, but to go from a 10 to a 16 is still pretty average, and this is a legendary creature.
Boo.
I'm not going to stop you rolling it though, or using it.
I'm not using it.
No. Okay. So then we go to who do we go to? Oh, the KRAKEN. The KRAKEN.
The
I always say it KRAKEN. I don't know.
I got it KRAKEN.
Yeah, everyone else calls it KRAKEN.
Kraken.
What do we got here? Yeah, boy. So it's going to attack the hull of the ship, which it obviously does because it's a Kraken. It needs to reach 1 foot, so it's going to essentially do a bite attack against the bottom of the boat. Let me go.
Oh, no.
Ooh. It's actually ridiculously dark in here. I'm like, I can't quite read the no, okay, yeah, that's it. Am I
Yes,
reading?
it's very dark in here.
Oh, in this room, I've got like a
I know.
100-watt light bulb, and it's not enough to light the entire room. Compared to the same bulb in the bathroom is just beautiful, which is why if I do a self-portrait, it's got to be in the bathroom. You don't need to know that. What you do need to know is that it wrecks shop against the hull, like crazy. Yeah, like insanity. I'm just gonna average that out. I'm gonna have to re-roll. I've lost count. So that's 12, 13. Yeah, it does acid damage
We're gonna die!
to the start of each round.
I mean, a Kraken for a legendary Kraken for level 1 characters. Yeah, we're gonna die.
Get that!
Oh, it's 3d8 plus 10. All right.
Oh, I've got the story down. We get
Plus
revived by the
1.
rat.
We've become the rat.
Yeah.
Okay.
So next round I'll be like, hello, my name's Nick Smith. I'm playing a rat ranger.
So we got. It doesn't do 39. It does 20 damage. I was reading the wrong bit. I was reading the acid damage, but that's next round. So it'll do 39 in the next round. Whatever. So it's going to do a lot of damage to the hull, essentially, which is the short version of that.
Smash his teeth in, James.
It's also going to do tentacle attack. Let's do.
You want me to put the hammer down?
Oh man, it's ridiculously high to hit, and it's 3d6 plus 10 damage. So it's 5, 4, 5, so 14 damage. So a tentacle slams across the deck, and it hits. Let's just see. Doesn't hit you guys.
You rolled 2 5s and a 4. That's 24 damage. If you said 3d whatever plus 10.
5, 5, 4.
Yeah, plus 10.
14 plus 10.
It's 24, not 14.
Well,
James,
what's
stop.
that tentacle attack?
Yeah,
You said
So it was
3d6
whatever-
plus 10.
plus 10, yeah.
2d6.
You
What?
literally just said 3d6 plus 10.
Plus 10.
Well, that's
D8.
14. It's not what you said.
What?
You said whatever the dice is plus 10, and then you didn't add the 10.
Oh, right. No, it's 3d6 plus 10 is the tentacle attack.
Yeah, and you said 14. You went
Yeah, 14.
5, 4, 5.
Okay, so it's 24. just, I hate maths. It's fine.
No! That's why I'm
Imagine
making
me
sure you
trying
get
to
it
do it.
right.
Yeah, okay. Well, thank you for
Get
getting it right.
already, come on!
It doesn't hit you, but Sariel, you see a tentacle slam across the deck, and there's two crew members just get completely crushed by this thing.
Do I get an attack of opportunity?
Do you get an attack of opportunity? Not really, since it's not the creature's not moved into or out of your square. This is just it attacking. So technically, the creature hasn't moved. There is a lot of maths with this guy, and I kind of wish I'd prepared a little bit better, but hey, here we are. Anyway, and I think it's 3 attacks, so let's do this. Oh, it's flinging people. So you see, I wish I hadn't thrown. Oh, natural 20. So let's see, takes. Yeah, you. That's going to be. Blee. It's going to be Milo and Banther, so Alex and Nick. You see one of the sailors, a tentacle just whips across the deck, grabs a sailor and just throws him out into the mist.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
The sailor empty. Yeet!
We are just going to do a few rolls for the crew and just kind of extrapolate outwards, otherwise we'll be here forever. So we've got non. Yeah, the crew are wailing away at the tentacles, but they don't seem to be cutting through at all, or making any headway. Good. So we are back round to
Milo fast.
Milo. So Alex, yeah, you jabbed an arrow into this thing.
Is that still all I can see?
Yeah, you've seen one of the crew get whipped off the deck, just out into the sea. Gone. You can feel the boat listing underneath you. It's not a good time to be a boat. You also felt the wood crack. There was some damage. Suddenly, you heard of the huge splintering and cracking of wood as this thing bit into the hull. Yeah, there's bad times down below.
Did the world move you too, man?
Well, I'm going to keep wailing on this tentacle. I'm not going below.
Okay.
Everyone watch the Titanic. You go up.
You go up. Well, I think
You never go down?
you never get down. I think what you actually do is get yourself in a dress and then see if you can sneak onto one of the lifeboats. Or
Women and children first, so Milo's alright.
Yeah, I'm 3 foot tall.
okay.
I can pass.
or
Yeah,
just
I do have a goatee, but yeah.
find yourself a
Chantelle.
sturdy door.
Yeah, and then literally not invite the other person onto the door and just let him drown in the freezing cold water.
Even though there's plenty of room on the door.
Yeah.
Moving on, boys.
Sorry.
Get that away. Come on.
Moving on. So you're going to attack one of these tentacles.
Same tentacle is there.
Okay, roll to hit.
90!
19.
Natty T.
Natty T. All right, you get a you attack. You get a crit. Oh, the chum.
Breaking
So
you!
we're doing double whatever
John
damage I
kills
do.
Kraken!
No, we're gonna roll the damage dice twice. Otherwise, that's ridiculous. It also means if you roll low on the first roll, then you get a chance to roll higher on the second.
11 plus 5, I think it's 16.
16. So 1, 2. That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage. Flex tape.
Flex tape ain't going to be sealing this one up. So next one is James Varson. You are down below when the Kraken bites into the hull. The deck below you, you can't really see because it's already flooded, but you see just this column of water just gush up from down below as the hull is bitten into. There seems to be a lot of damage down there, and the water is now rising a lot faster despite you pumping. It is now coming up probably... Ooh, actually, let's just roll a thing. Yeah, it's gained another 2 feet. So how tall are you?
4 foot, eh?
From your knee? So you're probably up to like your chest, deep in water.
Abandoned ship, my lord.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
4 foot 8.
yeah, you're 2 decks down. You're up to your chest in water, and you're pumping away. Are you going to stay down there pumping?
The rest of them doing.
They're kind of wading through the water, trying to hammer things in, but you can see definitely from there's like a set of stairs that were in front of you that go down below into the bilge, and there is almost like a column of water coming up.
Yell bob and point at the column of water and go, "We're scuppered."
You're yelling that?
Yeah.
A bunch of heads turn around to look at you, and then look over to the column, and they start grabbing planks and are wading towards it. But you know, are you gonna stay there, or are you gonna?
Just keep pumping. Just keep pumping.
I'll give it one more round of pumping.
Give it one more round of pumping. All right, I'll get a strength check from you then.
15.
15. Yeah, you pumping away. You got some renewed energy there. It is hard going, especially now with the water. Every time you pull the crank down, it is underwater, and you're pulling up. You're pulling against the water that's around you. You're pumping, but it just doesn't feel like you're doing anything.
Get a saucepan, James, and just start yeeting it off the side of the boat.
Yes.
Grab a saucepan, run upstairs, throw it over the side, run back downstairs,
Pour that stuff over the edge.
Movie logic, isn't it?
Movie logic.
Kind of, I don't know.
Okay, so we are up to Chantelle, Sariel. Yeah, you're up on deck. You feel the ship start to roll over, and there are definitely tentacles on deck itself. There's the crew, and they're trying to fight these things off. They don't seem to be making any headway with actually attacking this thing. The hide seems to be quite tough, although you didn't seem to have too much trouble getting through it last time.
So the ship's rolling as if it's going to tip.
It's being held by the tentacles, definitely. But yeah, this thing does not feel... I mean, there's no wind in the sails. You're not being blown over. It's not as if this thing is naturally listing, but it is definitely being pulled over.
Okay.
So yeah.
Is there anything around me that I can see that I can grab hold of just to keep myself steady?
There are some ropes around the mast. Yeah, certainly.
I'm going to grab hold. I'm going to, if I'm within range of like grabbing something.
Yeah. Well, you were right next to the mast.
Okay, so I'm going to grab hold of something just to steady myself. So grab hold of these ropes, but I'm also going to use my action to take another shot at it.
Sure. Okay. Do you want to roll to hit?
That was a 13.
A 13. No, that doesn't do anything. You strike the hide, but it is way, way too tough. Which brings us to brings us to Banther.
That's me.
That's you. Yeah.
I'm going to attack it with my short sword, I think.
Okay, you whip out your short sword. You give it a little spin, spin it around, throw it up in the air, catch it underneath.
I just want to say that as a bonus action, can I use bonus action when and like literally whenever? Because I got 2 weapon fighting. Well, obviously, once you attack with the first one, you can attack with the second. And you can just use it as you've hit the first one. Good. Okay, I'm going to attack that. And 15 to hit on the first.
No.
Yay! Does that mean I get to hit with the second?
Yes. Yeah.
You have to use your full attack action to use the bonus action as an attack.
25 hits, definitely. So you want to do some damage here.
So the first one was 6 damage, but obviously I can use the whatever it was called to double it. That's 12. There you go. Another 6.
Okay. So on
Bardic Inspiration, was it called?
Yeah.
Cool.
Could have used that on your first attack roll.
Could have, yeah.
What did I get? Was it a 15? Was it?
It was a 15.
Would have made it. Yeah.
If you
still hit it.
If you want to roll it now and see if you do any damage to it, then I'll let you do that.
Really?
Yeah, I'll let you do that.
That was a 1. So it's 5.
You had a 16 to hit instead
it
of
was
a
16
15.
to hit, yeah.
Nah, that doesn't hit.
Yeah, I'll take the first one then.
Okay. So yeah, you do your 12 damage. Which means that the Kraken is up. It's just gonna make itself simple for me. 3 tentacle attacks. Which one needs a fling, which it did last time. Yes. It's also... Yeah, it's going to do tentacle attacks. So let's roll. Lovely plastic dice. No. Yes. Okay, so let's just see who is near it. That is Sariel. Yeah, so Chantelle, you see one of the crew who's trying to wail on the tentacle. Another tentacle comes out of the mist and just hooks this guy and flicks him off the boat, just flings him out into the mist. He's gone, as far as you can tell. And then mythical creature who you haven't seen. Nothing. Oh, actually, yeah. So let's try this. Nice. Okay. There's a lot of splashing going on. There's a lot of movement, definitely on the boat itself. What you hear, kind of over everything, are screams. So anyone up on deck can kind of hear screams coming from the water itself, which are then just cut off. The crew now is going to have a little go at this thing. So the crew is going to try and redeem itself. No.
Oh, this crew's useless.
Because they're all
I'd like to
the
know
same.
where the friggin' captain is. Is he just standing there picking his butthole?
The captain. You can't see the captain. You can't see the captain. You can't see Lillian, and you can't see
Bosun.
Bosun. Actually, Lillian needs to get in on this. So let's see what Lillian does. Ooh.
Lillian stares it down and kills it.
Bearing in mind that Lillian has been absolutely freaking terrified for most of this. Yeah, you see a crack of electrical energy as this lightning bolt just comes out of the mist and strikes one of the tentacles. Just starts cooking it. Yeah, you reckon Lillian's probably around somewhere. Probably
Unlimited power!
on the other end of the lightning bolt.
Yep.
Which she can now just maintain, which is good, because this is a concentration spell, which means the crew's gone, Lillian's gone.
Someone go tickle Lillian.
Are back to
It's like
Milo. So Alex, yeah, the ship is now listing quite badly.
It's listing lazily to the left. Go left!
Right, it's actually listing lazily to the right. It's not hard to stand on the deck, but
This
it's
guy knows to
definitely
move.
getting that way. Yeah, it's definitely beginning to get a little bit tricky to just stand there.
Well, shooty gun hands.
Shooty gun hands. Shooty gun hands.
18.
18. Just hits.
Swag.
I mean, if you wanted to know what you needed to hit, that would be it.
That would
18.
Okay.
Not 17 without a purposeful direction.
Not
7
4.
damage.
But 5.
7 damage.
5 is the
Excellent.
number when you will release.
5 is way.
I'm really just keeping note of how much damage you've done for my own curiosity, really. Considering the crew's not really doing much, but then I'm kind of bulk rolling for them. So we are round 2. James Varson, you are down below. The water is now coming. Oh, yeah, it is another.
Thick and fast.
Another 4 foot comes in. You are now underwater.
Just keep pumping.
What are you doing? You can't see anyone. There's a lot of foam and water and now detritus and things just out on this deck. In fact, it's very, very close to the top of the deck. The top of the Actually, almost up to the other deck, the one above you. What are you doing, old chum?
You have to get out there, innit?
You're getting out. All right.
Yeah,
where are you going to? Just going back up to the top, back onto the weather deck?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get out of there.
Can dwarves swim?
Can dwarfs swim? We'll
All
find
that hair and all
out.
that
Can
chainmail.
halflings fly? We'll go find out in a minute.
Well, you can throw the halfling.
Yeah, I can.
You can toss the halfling.
Yep. Get up there and eat him with my hammer.
Right. So you're back on deck. You see, you see the mist. The mist.
You see
the fog.
the angry Forge Cleric come up from the bottom, soaking wet and pissed wet through.
You are very wet. You can see
I'm very
tentacles
angry.
laying across the deck. You can see people trying to fight these things off. There's people getting thrown off of the ship. You see a bolt of lightning that's coming from the back of the boat, from the poop deck. Everything is cooking off.
I will yell to the captain
definitely
that there's a
listing
hole
over.
in the hull, and we are.
You're yelling.
Yeah.
All in the all.
There is a lot of
We
noise
are
up on
holed.
deck.
He's a dwarf, they won't shut up.
You yell.
Yeah.
Let's see. I mean, you can't tell if anyone's heard it. Okay, good. You have moved. I will allow you to make an attack.
Is there one in front of me then?
Yeah, as you merge up on deck, there's quite a few tentacles. There's definitely one wrapped over. It seems to be pulling its way back, so it's landed on deck and now it's kind of pulling back against the wood. You can see the gunnels cracking and breaking. You can see timber just being pulled apart as the suckers are just taking this thing apart plank by plank.
Can I see him now?
Yeah, you can, because he's just emerged right next to you.
I'm
Furious
going to
dwarf.
yell at him,
Mhm.
hit it, and also give him bardic inspiration as I now see him.
No.
No, you're up next. Sorry.
You wouldn't have time for me just to come
Right.
stomping up and swing
Yeah.
my hammer, which
So
is
it's-
basically what's happening. I just come up, see the sushi, and be like, "Damn the monster!"
It's time for calamari.
Buy fish sticks from the sea, they're so
Okay.
tender and
Natural
flaky.
20, baby.
All right, so yeah, no, that's definitely enough to do some damage. And the
11
damage is
points of damage,
11.
but it's also magical.
It's magical. Okay.
Blessing of the Forge, baby.
So, you beat away at this thing. Good. Next up is in fact Sariel. So Chantelle, you are in fact up.
I am going to shoot it
Okay.
because
give it a
can't
shot.
do anything else.
Yeah, and a roll to hit.
Shocking.
Shocking.
Not even going to go there.
Okay. And that is 4. All right. Cool.
Yeah, I kind of gathered this from the last match. As I've actually hit and miss, can I use my dagger to take a stab at it as a bonus action?
Another attack as a bonus action.
Yeah, because I've got
No.
two-handed as well.
No, you have to use 2 melee weapons or a ranged weapon. You can't.
Okay,
Yeah,
that
sorry.
clarifies that. No, it's fine. I just wasn't sure.
Can't be
Yeah.
like, pong!
I mean, technically that would
That
be
seems
really
like
cool, but
Bullshit.
yeah, sorry.
It's fine.
So next up is going to be Nick.
That's me! I'm going to attack it with 2 swords.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Banther attacks it with 2 swords.
25 to hit on the first sword.
Yeah.
To hit is 6.
Is that 6 damage?
Yeah, 6 damage. I'm just going
Okay.
to double it. And
What?
it's 4 for the wisdom thing. Bardic inspiration. There we go.
Or
You only get that once,
Only
and you
Do I?
used
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That's all right then. It's just a 6 then.
6 to hit.
Yeah.
No, 6
damage.
Oh, 6 damage. Oh yeah.
He hasn't
you
rolled
can't-
the second attack yet.
Okay, no. That's fine. So the bardic inspiration's to hit, not damage. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
Okay.
fine.
No,
The
that's
other
fine.
sword is 20 to hit.
Mhm.
And it is
It
10
hits.
damage.
Whoa.
Smashy,
Okay.
smashy.
Yeah.
Stabby.
Stabby, stabby.
One strong ranger.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's dexterity, isn't it?
I mean,
For the short sword.
considering you are still all level 1 characters, you're doing an awful lot of damage to this thing. But then it's mostly focused on the boat, so that's fine. Speaking of which, the Kraken's turn is now, and it is going to. It's just going to attack the boat, which is all we need to do, so it can just tentacle attack. Yeah. So same thing again. One of the guys just gets yeeted off into the mist, into the waiting arms of whatever the heck happens to also be out there. I mean, yeah. And we are going to go for Tentacle. Oh yeah, I mean that definitely hits. And it's 3, 6 plus 10, so 6, 12, 6, 7, 8. 10, yeah, 12. So that's 22 damage to that crew member. So it slams on the deck and just crushes a crew member. It doesn't quite kill him, but yeah, that's definitely a bad day for that guy.
Doesn't kill them. So they can't hit for nothing, but they can soak damage.
Some of them are higher level than others. Bear that in mind. And I'm also bulk rolling for the crew, because otherwise it would just be ridiculous having to go through an entire boatload, a literal boatload of dice.
And instant death is double your health.
Yeah.
That's to do your health and then your health again to instantly kill you.
So he could knock him down.
It would kill me.
Most NPCs.
Kill me.
To most NPCs, yeah, some NPCs can get like death saving throws. A lot of them won't, and animals don't. So if you get particularly attached to a horse and it dies, it's dead. Sorry.
Unless you have resurrection.
Well, yeah, you could resurrect your horse. The thing, whatever's in the water gets to go. Yeah, okay. You hear some screams and thrashing around. Just kind of in the water, but, you know, for anyone who's close to the edge. Which brings us around. Oh, yeah. The lightning just carries on, so that's fine. There's another E. Yep, a lot of damage. I mean, considering Lillian actually hates being here, she's not slack in pulling her weight in terms of damage, which brings us to I guess the crew. The crew. So they are. Oh yeah, no. At least some of them hit. Okay, cool. So. Good. So the crew are getting in on it. They see how you're attacking this thing, and they get in on stop stabbing away at the old tentacles and really just doing damage. You can see the deck is kind of covered in blood as the waves are now washing over the gunnels. The ship is being pulled lower and lower into the water. The salt water is mixing with the blood coming from this thing, but it's still held fast and it's still intent on pulling the boat down into the waves. You see, in fact, Milo and Banther see appearing out of the mist Captain Ariso. He has his big bronze arm, and he's got a hammer in it, and he's just coming forward, and he just smacks the old tentacle in front of you. I mean, he hits it hard. Doesn't seem to do much damage, but yeah, looks impressive. So you can, at least some of the party can see Ariso.
Amateur.
I mean, this thing's got an AC of 18, old chum.
I got an AC of 17.
18, baby.
You don't really do much damage when you roll a 3. So
Shame. Oops.
Yeah, it's like the Imperial Guard. Looks great. Totally
Pretty much
rubbish.
useless.
Yeah.
Well, as he's stomping over, I'm just going to yell at him that the hole's hulled, and we are taking on a shitload of water.
Okay.
As he's kind of stomping towards us.
It's actually Milo's turn, so Alex can actually see him this turn. You would actually have to move forward in order to be able to see him, because you can only see for 10 feet. There is an environmental effect in play.
Can I see the tentacle, the specific tentacle that's pulling us down? I'm guessing the one that I've been attacking is just...
There's a lot of them on deck. So there's the one in front of you, there's one behind you, you gather others.
Okay, so
and the Kraken itself is
matter.
attached to the bottom of the ship. So if you were to talk to the cleric, you would know that the hull has actually been bitten through, but you don't. So you have no idea that there's water coming.
Apart from he's beside me and I yelled at.
You're beside Sariel, so you're beside the bard at the moment. Milo and Banther are actually
So to the
closer
mast.
to the poop deck. Yeah, you're further back than these two.
So there's a
'Cause-
magical silence, or my voice just doesn't carry?
Did you? Yeah, you did yell.
Yeah.
I would have a perception from both the wood elf and the halfling in order to
11.
15 and 11. I mean, they heard you shout, certainly. Whether they have the intelligence to relay that to Ariso, I mean, that's a completely different thing.
I have intelligence. I have more intelligence than I have wisdom.
Okay.
And I will relay the message to Lake Captain. I guess that's just a free action.
Yeah. As a bonus action, you can just yell at the captain that you've been held.
So there you go. Captain, there's a hole in the boat down below. In it. And then I'm going to shoot at the tentacle.
In it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, sure. You do that, and then you yell at Ariso that the boat has been holed in it, and then shoot the tentacle. You want to try that? Shoot that little boy?
So, I missed at 16.
16, you go dunk, and the arrow, the bolt, is it an arrow? It's a short bow, isn't it?
Sure, that's an arrow.
Yeah, skims off. Yeah. So next up is, in fact, Varson James.
Right, swing again.
Swing again. You're swinging away.
20. Not
20.
natural.
Not so dirty 20. Okay. If you want to roll damage.
10 damage.
It's a lot of damage.
No immunities to that, bitch. Yeah.
Is it enough? Well, it can heal as well. So, yeah. Oh, shouldn't have said that. Next up is Chantelle. So Sariel.
I'm gonna take a shot at it with my hand crossbow.
Hand crossbow. Okay, take the shot. Take the shot. Take the shot.
Wait, I've got 2 weapon fighting. Can I use the crossbow?
I'm
the
gonna
short
chuck
bow and
myself
sword?
over the side of the ship.
No.
We had this conversation
Sorry.
not 10 minutes ago.
You're gonna do what over the ship?
I don't hit.
Okay. You don't hit.
Nah.
Yeah.
9.
Oh dear.
9.
9. Which brings us to
Banther?
Banther. Nick.
It's me. I'm going to hit
It's
it.
you. You're gonna
Gonna
hit
go
it.
Levi Ackerman on him.
Yeah, you start making with the heady boys.
Hang on.
I don't know why I'm rolling.
I've already used Bardic Inspiration. I can't use it again.
Nope.
I got 11. Well, that sword missed.
I've got a short sword and a dagger.
And that sword missed as well.
No, well, not necessarily missed. I'm sure they struck home, but they didn't strike home.
Well, I got an 11 and a 15, so yeah.
You strike the hide of this thing, but it doesn't seem to push down.
Nada.
No. Which is the Kraken's turn. The Kraken, for its part, is definitely just pulling hard against the hull. I'm going to just roll these 3.
Love it when they pull hard.
Yeah. Yeah. The boat drops.
Ooh, pull me hard out. Ooh.
Slugs don't like salt. What do Krakens not like? Mirrors.
I think you think of a Medusa.
I was going to say that's Medusa.
Yeah, the boat lurches downwards.
We should have brought that Medusa lady with us. Should have sorted this out, no problem.
Think so.
Except its eyes are underwater.
Just dunk her in.
Overboard.
Yeah. So the boat drops violently by about 15 feet.
Ooh.
Yeah. It suddenly is down. The water is washing over the gunwales is now washing over half of the deck. Anyone at the immediate edge of the deck, anyone who wasn't on the center line, is washed into the sea. A lot of sailors are just having to swim now. Yeah, if you were on the center line, which I believe everyone was, you are still on the ship. Is that a yes from everyone?
The rebels have entered the base.
Yeah, I was holding on.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Also, bad news. Water is now pouring into any and all open hatches. Oh dear. A lot of the tentacles that were pulling the ship down are now submerged as the ship is going underwater. So you are going to need... we're going to need to roll for the magical water nonsense. That's fine. And nothing more happens there. And the remaining crew... was that 17? Nope. So they're torn between fighting and swimming at this point. So they do another bunch of damage. Okay, so the ones that are left do actually damage the tentacles that are still wrapped around the boat, but you think even if they let go now,
it's too late.
This ship is in a bad way. So the Kraken's gone, water gone, they're gone. Lightning. We need some lightning up in this. So, ooh. Plus. Wrong way. There we go. So yeah, the lightning bolt continues from the stern of the ship, from the poop deck, up where the wheel is. So that's locked onto one of the tentacles, but actually concentration because oh no, she maintains it definitely. So yeah, the lightning's there, but I'm going to say this is probably going to be the last round that you can do before the boat itself is pulled under. So we are back to Milo.
Yes,
Alex.
Would it take a turn to switch from my bow to my short sword and dagger?
No, you can just switch.
Okay, I'll whip out my short sword and my dagger, and I will attack it twice.
Okay.
Let's see. The short sword is 20 plus, and the dagger misses.
20, dirty 20, or natural 20?
It was 22.
Okay, with that.
And the dagger misses.
Yeah, 22 absolutely hits. So if you want to roll some damage for that, please.
It's 10 damage.
10 damage. A significant amount of damage. Yeah. I mean, the tentacle in front of you is looking pretty ragged right now. Just to say, also I can smell toast, which means bread is nearly done. Okay, we're up to James. So Varson,
Spinning the win.
Spinning the win. You're going in for the old attack.
What was it? Is it 18? Was it?
18. Yeah, AC is 18.
Well, that's lucky because it's just got an 18. Baby.
I
was like,
no, you're gonna make me edit. 124. We need to round this up as well. What?
11 points of damage.
You're making a noise like a parrot.
Because I rolled nearly maximum damage for my hammer.
Okay.
Yeah, 11 damage, baby.
Next up is gonna be Chantelle, so Sariel.
For all good it will do, I will take a shot with my so far useless hand crossbow.
Okay. I mean, it's not a useless hand crossbow.
I'm just going to use the words hand crossbows in it because basically it's like a rubber band when she's just firing paper clips at it. So
it's like a Nerf
I just rolled a
gun.
natural 20, so that'll teach me to slag my crossbow off. So
Okay.
that's 24 to hit. So I'll roll and then I'll roll again. I'll learn from this time.
Yeah, sure.
So the first does 8 points, because that was my maximum, plus my 2.
Okay.
And the second does 5.
5 points. Okay, good. I mean, yeah, that thing is looking pretty smashed up. In fact...
Sushi time.
Yeah, actually, that particular tentacle just releases and just slips back below the waves as you're attacking it. Good, which brings us to Nick. So that's Banther.
That's me.
Hello.
There's nothing to attack. You know what? Is there any I guess there would be rowboats, wouldn't they? Like attached. Would I have seen them? I would have seen them when I come on board. You know, like I want to say lifeboats.
Yeah. The ship's launch has been launched. It's gone.
Oh yeah, because they went over to see the other boat, didn't they?
Yeah. So that thing's gone, and it's not like a pleasure cruise. So there's not really lifeboats. There might be a skiff.
Is there a door?
Yeah, near the back. You would probably have to go up and over the poop deck to find a skiff.
Keep smacking.
The tentacle's gone. Can I see others?
No, there's a tentacle in front of you and Alex. Yeah, the one behind you's gone.
Okay, I'm going to attack the one that is, not remaining, but the one that is there.
Okay. So you attack the one that's in front of you. You give it a good old whack. A good old whack. With some cool whip.
So both swords hit. One's 22, one's 24.
22 and 24. All right. Yeah. Do the old rolly bar.
First damage is 9 for the first, and the second is only 5.
2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I mean, if this was a street fight and there's a lot of street punks, you'd probably be doing quite well right now. The Kraken, its turn, and it just... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. Let's just try and read the dice in the dark. You feel a lurch as it once again pulls the boat down from beneath you, and it drops another 12 feet. Yeah, that boat is donezo. What buoyancy it had left is gone as the remaining hatches and things that are above the waterline just start blowing out one by one. The hatches are blown open and air just rushes out. The the deck beneath you just is completely awash and just submerges. For a moment, you are pulled down with it. Rigging and sails just dropping faster and faster past your eyes. For a moment, you look down into the boiling water as foam and detritus just rushes past, and you can see the boat in the light, in the sunlight beneath the waves, just growing darker and darker as it's drawn down into the depths. I'm gonna need everyone to make a swim check, please.
So what would that be?
Strengths, athletics, what?
Dex, what do you want?
I think it technically has its own check, but let's do athletics.
No, it doesn't.
Doesn't it?
No.
No. Maybe I'm thinking of Cybernet.
3rd edition, I think you're thinking of.
Oh, is it 3rd edition? Has its own check. All right, let's do athletics then.
Yeah, in Beyond D&D, it says it's in there for athletics.
19.
Yeah.
I got a 19 too.
19, 19, 18.
16.
16. So no one's
drowns.
no one's drowning. You managed to make it back to the surface, popping up one at a time, with a notable delay between the first of you and the dwarf. He pops up last, just boop, like a little cork.
He's wearing heavy armor, bless him.
Actually, the armor weight doesn't matter so much when you're in the water. You can swim in full plate, as was demonstrated by some guy who just said, "Oh, I can swim in full plate," and jumped in a river, dressed as a knight. And I was like, "Okay, cool." Yeah. Fortunately, you have your packs and things with you, so that wasn't dragged down. As you're in the water, just trying to keep your head above the waves, the mist dissipates, the fog dissipates, and you are left with the remainder of the crew, not a couple hundred yards away from the other ship, the Renown, which is now all that's left from here to the horizon. So yeah, the Terror, it's gone. And that is where we're going to leave it for tonight, because we've gone over a little bit, and these things are a pain in the butt to encode. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you ever so much for joining us. That was a little bit of a crazy fight. Yeah, if you like this, definitely leave a little like, leave a subscribe, and if you do subscribe, click the little bell because that'll give you notifications when videos go live. And I tell you what, we'll catch you next time.
Bye.
And now, time for the overdub, baby shark.
One of my least favorite things about this camera, the Legria, is the fact that you look fine on the little digital view screen, but as soon as you take it and put it on your computer, take the footage and put it on your computer, you look like a red potato. And I'm like,
yeah, Legria, you're looking fine.
I am so sad.
Toast, can you hear me?
Yes, Climb Fandango, I can hear you. All right.